The Deviant Moon Tarot deck. What an interesting deck, and what a unique find. I did not expect to see this one when I was looking for decks, and I'm not sure I would have been drawn to it immediately, but the more that I looked at it, the more that I touched it, I sensed some energy there, and I'm like, you know, let me look into this further, and so I did. First and foremost, it is constructed well. It comes in a tuck box. So again, the box collapses when it is empty, and therefore when you're done with it, you can just, you know, dispose of it. However, if you're somebody who likes to store them in a thick box, this is not that kind. But again, this deck, as you can see, has been used, and so it stores well. No problem there. The card is made from a good quality card stock. It's not super thick, not super thin, so easy to use. It's flexible to a degree, which I like. And again, but it bounces back. It is not high gloss, but it is glossy, and so when you see the gloss, you know that it's going to resist spills and absorbing all kinds of stuff, such as the chemicals and the oils in our hands. And tarot readers know what I'm talking about because it gets in there sometimes on the cards. This one is good. It's resistant that way. The complication about the deck, the one thing that stands out most, is it is as wide as most decks are, but it is taller, and so if you don't have larger hands, this could be a complication, because when you're shuffling like this, as you know, you could wind up in a situation where your hand just can't really get around it. So if you have smaller hands, this probably isn't a choice deck for you. It does shuffle well, though, again, because of the product it's made from and because of the coating. It does slide well, but not too much. Remember, I did a gold foil deck review where it just slid out completely, continuously. This is more like a traditional deck in that sense, and so you're not going to have that problem. See, it shuffles very, very well. The interesting thing is the back of the card deck. It's fascinating because you look at the box, right, as we talked about here. Very visual, very pleasing. And yet for some reason, it's like they ran out of money or they ran out of concept. What happened here? Because I think the back is kind of bland and plain. And I don't know what the reasoning is. I'm sure there is some reasoning to it. There is a kind of minimalistic imagery in this. And maybe that's what's causing some of that decision making. And I don't have a complaint about it in that sense, because if that's what they're trying to do. It's just that I kind of like a little more ornate back. Okay, this one's made by Patrick Valenza. He was the artist, which I thought was kind of fascinating. And again, he does some very minimalistic type stuff. Look at this. This is the High Priestess. And now usually the High Priestess is floating above, and she has a lot of blue because, again, it's that emotional feeling of release and of something fresh and new. This one's kind of heavy, We have here the Strength card. And instead of the lion fighting for the lion's mouth and pulling the lion's mouth out open, this one is pulling the fish open, which is kind of interesting. I'm guessing that's a shark. And again, look at that High Priestess. I should have put it closer. I apologize. But quite an interesting feeling on that one. This here is a Six of Wands, and it's a rise above. And so you see some energy there. This one is a Six of Pentacles. And usually with this one, with the Six of Pentacles, you have a very different feel. Not that it's bad. It's different. It's a different kind of energy. And this is a Ten of Cups. Now this should be a celebration card, but I really don't get the feeling of celebration. So if you're somebody who is kind of like a little bit dark and pessimistic and maybe moody, or somebody who's very eclectic, if you're eclectic and you like eclectic feeling, then you'll be drawn to this deck. This deck would draw to you. Now I have used it, and again, the energies are good. It's just that I just don't connect with it. It just doesn't, and I think it's because of the imagery, and it's because of maybe even just being longer. As I said, this is longer than usual. There's just, it's a nice deck. It's nice to have, and it's good in my collection. I have tons of decks. I have over 100 decks, because I like to collect decks. And this will be a good collector, a good collector, whatever, a good collector's choice. I don't know. The point is I think it's worth it to have it, for me specifically, because I collect them. From time to time, I may even be drawn to using it, and again, I'm comfortable with using it, but it's not my go-to deck, nor will it ever rise to that point, because it just doesn't have it for me. It doesn't have that energy. It doesn't have that one thing, whatever it is, that comes from that deck. When I touch it, I'm like, wow, this is great. This is a good deck, very good deck, but it's just not. It's not my go-to deck. But I would think if you're a practitioner and you love different decks, you love quirky decks, this is the one. If you love decks that have their own energy, this should be the one for you as well. And if you love unique and fascinating stories behind these images, again, this is the deck. With that said, check it out. I'm going to put a link in the description on how to find it on Amazon or someplace else. And you know, again, if you're fascinated with it, if it draws to you, then you should go for it. With that said, have a great one. I'll follow this up with another one down the road. Enjoy. Bye.